Daja Hao, my name is Garrick, and welcome back to Taiwan, Lao Wai. It is still our second day at Sun Moon Lake. It's about 5 in the evening right now, though the sun is still nice and up. And we are settling into our new hotel stay at Ita Thao district, or Ita Shao. I have seen both pronunciations. I don't know which one is more favored, so I'll probably be using them both over the course of this trip. And hey, once again, we are literally less than a minute's walk from this gorgeous lake shore. God, once again, imagine if you lived in a place like this, and you could just go and see this view every day. That would be awesome. But our goal tonight is not the lakeshore, it is dinner. Which means it is finally frickin' time to check out the Ita Thao shopping district and the sprawling food market it contains. We caught a glimpse of it the other day, but now we can really get to explore and dig in with an empty stomach. I don't know about you, but I'm excited. So let's get started! Alright, starting things off with a classic gua bao, a pork belly bun with mustard greens, cucumbers. Now, the stand I was at had vegetarian options as well. I could see they were sizzling some tofu as well. So if you're in the mood for a healthier version of this, you can definitely check that out as well, but we're going with a classic pork belly, because that's what I'm feeling. Alright, this is going to be unavoidably messy, so let's dig right in. Satisfying. They really have, mastered the art of comfort food here, because you got the sweet, super savory pork belly, but it's mixed in with the tangy, sort of spicy mustard greens. A little pop from the cucumber, a little freshness from the cilantro, crunchiness and saltiness from the peanuts. It's just all-around masterpiece. Good start. Very good start. Let's keep looking. Alright folks, it's donut time! This is a millet donut. It's kind of donut made with millet. I've seen these a lot in all sorts of bakeries around Taiwan. Not entirely sure how the millet is processed, but however they do it, it gives these kind of donuts a very chewy, almost mochi-like texture. Takes a bit to get used to, but once you do, you end up enjoying yourself very much. This is dusted in plain powdered sugar. At that donut stand, you can also get it dusted in lemon sugar or strawberry sugar. Might be worth a try. Alright, not gonna get very far without refreshment, so I got me some ruby black tea. I think I've come to the conclusion I like black tea more than green tea over the course of the day. Black tea is sweeter, it's less bitter, it lends itself better, I think, to playing with other flavors. This is very good. Reminds me of the black tea lemonade I had earlier today, that same sort of mellowed out bitter sweetness. I tell ya, this is not a very big shopping district, but they pack it full. You know, I've seen potato towers at pretty much every night market I've been to. Never had one. I think today might be the time to change that. Let's go in. Well, it's bigger than I thought. I mean, usually when I see potato towers, they're like half this height, but oh my god. Look at this thing. Alright, well, I clearly have to destroy this thing before it destroys me, so let's find a place to sit, because I cannot eat this on the go. Hang on. Okay. Let's crack this bad boy open. God damn it, that's good. I mean, it's essentially just a novel way to eat fries or very thick chips, but it really does something, doesn't it? For the record, I was able to get this with like 2 different seasonings on it. The top is powdered cheese, which, typical of Taiwan, is a lot sweeter than the cheese you might think of in the West. And at the bottom, it's some sort of creamy garlic type thing. Obviously, I've got a bit of a while to go before I reach the garlic, but the cheese is treating me very well. This is absurd. How am I supposed to eat all of this? Hang on. I figure this has got to be like a whole potato that's been like slinky cut, like so. Ooh, okay, just had a bite of the garlic, as you can probably tell. That's very good. It's like artificial garlic bread seasoning. It's got a good kick to it. I like it. Also, price check. We've been forgetting. So the pork bao was 70 NTD, the dumpling was 40 NTD, my black tea concoction was 60, and this monstrosity was 80. So I think altogether we're up to 250 NTD for this market run so far. Not too shabby, if I do say so myself. God, I'm gonna be hacking away at this thing for a while. Give me a minute.
Several days later.
You know, the crazy thing is I did actually almost polish it off. I swear to God, this place is gonna be the death of me. Oh well, I think we've got room for one more nosh before we have to call it in. What that's gonna be, I have no idea, but let's look around and see if we can figure something out. Once again, gotta pause and admire how frickin' gorgeous the scenery is. Alright, so here's the problem I face. This motherfucker filled me up. And I still have just enough room for something, but it's gotta be something light and refreshing and not heavy. And when I'm in the mood for something light and refreshing, my go-to is to find some ice cream. But I've already scarfed down 2 ice cream cones today. And doing it 3 times feels a little excessive. So I don't know what I'm in the mood for right now. I just know I'm in the mood for something. On the bright side, all this wandering and confusion did lead me to discover this lovely little lakeside path that runs sort of counter-wampus to the market. So we might as well burn off a few calories with a nice, easy walk while we ponder our gastronomical situation. God, you can like see the fog coming down from the mountains as the night starts to descend. That's so cool. Meanwhile, that looks like a pretty fancy restaurant they're dealing with in there. Not best for us right now, because if you try to eat a whole fancy meal right now, we gonna pop. Alright, according to Google Maps, this place we're approaching right now is a campground. Makes sense as a campground. It's like right next to the, I guess, city area, so if you have any emergencies, you're right where you need to be. But because of the mountain slope, it's far enough removed that it can still function as like a lying and sleeping out in the wilderness sort of deal. Well, we are not going to intrude on their privacy. We are gonna take this path that will presumably lead us back into Ita Thao proper. God, I love exploring like this. I love just going somewhere and it takes me somewhere and I have no idea what's happening, but I follow it and see what happens. The joy of discovery in places like this, that's one of the biggest draws when I go on vacation. Like, I never would have known something like this existed, but I'm happy it does. Well, I wanted to take that path back to the shopping center. Doesn't look like it's gonna let me, though. Whew, I'm gonna have to guess that the storms that have been coming through recently blocked off some paths or whatever, like knocked down branches and stuff. I think I mentioned that I tried to come to Sun Moon Lake at some point last year, but I was waylaid at the last moment because a typhoon blew through and made it basically untraversable. Now, there have been no typhoons recently, but we have had a lot of rain and we have had a lot of wind, so maybe some branches got knocked down regardless. That makes me sad. I wanted to take the round route. Well, on the bright side, it did give me time to finish off this monstrosity. Alright, so be it. We'll just head back the way we came, and we'll see if anything catches our eye. And if not, then no worries. There is still another day we have to spend here. Alright, it's past 6 o'clock. Seems like everybody's starting to tuck in for the evening. Sun Moon Lake is striking me as a very morning sort of community. This is a place you want to wake up early, as opposed to go to bed late. So you know what? I think we can call it here. I am plentiful as it is. We're gonna sleep like a baby tonight, I can tell you that. And once we wake up tomorrow, we'll do a bit more browsing in the market, we'll go to a few nearby places, and we will be nice and refreshed to ride our bicycle back when the time comes. And this time, no going off the goddamn path. Once again, thank you all so much for joining me at Taiwan Lao Wai. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, smash the bell, share with your friends, all that good stuff. And as always, I'll see you next time. 再见. Bye bye.